everyone, this is a recap of the Board of Selectmen meeting from Tuesday, July 23rd, 2019. At the beginning of the meeting, we had two important announcements, which I'm going to read in their entirety because they are important and everyone should know about them. First, a message from the Pembroke Department of Public Works. The town of Pembroke will begin a two-phase milling and paving project on both Valley Street and on High Street. These projects will take 1 year to complete in their entirety. At the conclusion of the projects, there will be a 5-year moratorium prohibiting the opening of these roads. No road opening permits will be issued for these roadways for 5 calendar years. If you are a resident of High Street or Valley Street, you must execute any and all gas service installation or changes or water installation or changes before the moratorium is in place. As soon as possible, please contact Columbia Gas and speak with Dan Curtin at 508-562-2476 to schedule any gas changes within the next year, and contact the Pembroke DPW Water Division at 781-709-1425 to schedule any water service installation or changes. And this announcement is on the town website and it will be posted to the town Facebook page tomorrow morning. The second announcement is that the Selectmen's upcoming issue, scheduled for August 6th, 2019, entitled Vote on Reappointment Request Robert Clark to Conservation Commission, will be postponed to August 20th, 2019, as Selectman Bolter will not be able to be in attendance. Thank you. On to the agenda. The first item on our agenda tonight was a meeting with the town accountant, Michael Buckley, to do year-end transfers. So we transferred to advisory for clerical, the town accountant for vacation buyback, the planning board for overtime, the fire department for vehicle maintenance, animal control for expenses, and Lydia Drake Library for heating fuel, a total of $6,412.90, most of which came from the reserve fund, except the fire department vehicle maintenance, which came from fire wages and salaries. Then we dealt with the snow and ice removal. So the total for snow and ice removal this year was $346,871.59, which we were able to cover this year. It's the first time in a long time that we funded snow and ice removal without a deficit. All of that amount, $346,871.59, was funded from surpluses in other accounts, including veterans benefits, debt interest, health insurance, and unemployment. So there is actually not a technical need for the fall town meeting to vote for free cash because snow and ice removal has been fully funded. So that's exciting. The next item was a request for a banner suspension over Center Street for Pembroke Celebrates. So Pembroke Celebrates is the annual event that takes place and it has the fireworks. So over 3,000 people were at the high school last year for the fireworks. This year's event will take place on September 14th at Pembroke High School, and we approved the request to have a large banner suspended in the center of town across Center Street to announce the event for about a month beforehand. But I'm announcing it right now, and everyone should go September 14th at Pembroke High School to Pembroke Celebrates. The next item on the agenda was an update from the Community Center Task Force on the Community Center project. At Maytown meeting, $70,000 was allocated for the town to hire an architect to do a study. So a representative from that architect firm was there tonight, as well as members of the Community Center Task Force to give us an update on what's going on. The Phase 1 study is underway, and that includes needs assessments and meetings with stakeholders to see what kind of facilities are required and in what ways we can sort of look at the different options and make sure that whatever building plan we come up with serves the needs of the town. So we had a meeting where they reported, right now they're looking at a building that would encompass Pembroke Recreation and the Council on Aging in a total of about 30 to 40,000 square feet. The existing building where the existing community center building is not salvageable. It would cost more than $350,000 just to do the hazmat remediation to remove asbestos tile and lead paint. So fiscally, it is a better option to actually raise that building and build something new. One of the interesting items from this part of the meeting was that about 4,500 of the 19,000 residents of the town of Pembroke currently are 65 years old or older. And in the next few years, that's about 25% of the population of the town. And in the next few years, that number will actually increase to about 33% of the population of town will be 65 years old or older and would potentially be interested in using a senior center. One of the things that the Community Center Task Force would like to do is a study to see if there is support among senior residents in town for a senior center to be incorporated into the new community center building. The architect reported that a multi-generational facility that can be used throughout the day by different groups, usually you save about 40% of the space needed for standalone facilities if you do a combined facility. So rather than having a recreation commission building in the community center and then a separate council on aging senior center, if you combine the buildings, you actually save about 40% of the space. So one of the things that they're looking at doing is reaching out to some of the senior residents in town to see what the interest level is and what the needs would be to incorporate a senior center into the new community center. That group meets about once a month. And they're hoping to have sort of a final report on this phase 1 study by the fall. So hopefully we'll have some more information by then. The next few items were board action items. We took a vote regarding the notice of intent to sell right of first refusal on a 40B property, and we approved that we waived the right of first refusal, so that property will be marketed for sale within the 40B program. The next was an intent to sell right of first refusal for 44 Center Street. So this has been on the agenda for the past couple of meetings. The update from the town manager is that the current land, the lot number 2, the seller would be willing to deed the rear portion of the lot to the town in order for the town to have access to the wetlands on that back portion. So we tabled this for one more meeting so that we can get a survey done of the property so the back half can be donated to the town as conservation and open space. Then the next item was a request for the use of the town's roads on October 20th for the Bootacular 5K road race, which is the Pembroke Educational Foundation road race to benefit the Pembroke Public Schools. There was not an event last year, but we're bringing it back. We approved this, and so on Sunday, October 20th at 9 a.m., starting at Learning Lane, the Bootacular 5K road race will kick off, and we approved the use of town roads for that, pending the approval of the Chief of Police and the DPW. So put that on your calendar. Get ready to run on Sunday, October 20th, and if you can't run, you can volunteer instead. Next, we voted to approve the minutes from July 9th, which were approved as written. Then we had the town manager's report, was the notice of intent to convert use for solar project at 221 Valley Street. So this was basically the official proposal for the solar project on Valley Street, which currently is on an 18-acre portion of the land, sort of right in the middle of the 100+ acre full lot. We waived our right of first refusal because the town does not need to buy 18 acres landlocked in the middle of a 100-acre lot. And that was the end of that. Then upcoming issues. On August 6th, we will have surplus property bids and the vote to award lots to the highest bidders. On August 20th, as I said before, we will vote on the reappointment request for Robert Clark to Conservation Commission. And on August 20th, we will also have the Pembroke Board and Committee collaboration meeting with the Conservation Commission. So that was tonight's meeting. I hope this was helpful, and if anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out. Have a good night.